And if you're, I don't know how familiar you are with the Westbury's story, but you know, Dory was the type of person that you know, she couldn't resist taking in strays, right? I mean, like when there's you know, a kid that needed help, and I think that's a key thing. I think there were so many people that saw that, you know, for the emergency shelter piece, that sort of hidden homelessness problem that is very persistent in communities throughout Canada.
You know, it was important for us to project that, again, idea that we are here to support the youth, that we are here to support them in developing their own skills and their own self-advocacy and their own self-development. So we want to make sure that they know that. The partnership with the Saskatchewan Health Authority, again, being able to build that partnership and have that expertise alongside the programming that we're doing is you know, invaluable. I think when we move into this next phase, we'll just continue to work on those same ideas and those same values of listening to the community need, listening to the provincial need. Now this is a service that we're offering to the entire province. And again, being sure to be thankful for the support from the staff who are here, from the board who has continued to be an invaluable support to all of us. And yeah, just really looking at the privilege of being able to provide a service and support that I think a lot of people can acknowledge is needed.
One of the things with treatment for youth is learning to live a life without substances or reducing their use of substances. So one part is learning the skills in terms of the treatment program. The bigger part is learning to get back on a schedule, to be eating eating properly, getting back into a sleep routine, learning to do activities that don't require substances. Kids who are coming from more rural areas, it's not such a big shift going to a larger city for treatment. And some of the kids coming from the urban centers may feel like a time away from urban and into a rural facility.
Subtle in the building of this shelter, and one of the great things about us being able to purposely build a shelter is that we could take things in mind like accessibility. You know, these are high-risk individuals, and they're here to, as you said, be safe and recuperate and that sort of thing. You know, the windows are alarmed so that if they're opened, or that we're notified, so that, you know, there's no shenanigans basically going back and forth. And yeah, so there's a lot of those kinds of attentions to detail that were really, I think, were really important when we were building the shelter. The community really stepped up, and the board over the last few years. I mean, we were kind of entrusted with this public piece, and we wanted to make sure that we could carry that into whatever form this center would eventually take. And not only do you have a chance to connect residents who are already rural residents into a rural setting, so that culture shock is less prominent, but you also have situations where, because this is going to be a provincial-wide mandate, you have the potential for youth being taken out of potentially very harmful contexts in urban centers and giving them more options. And that's really, at the end of the day, giving them better options or more options to plan their own recovery and resiliency. So.